it's going to work out. Hello, I am Miriam, co-founder and COO of Keto Chow.
I'm Chris, also co-founder, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow. If you are brand new to Keto Chow, it is a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto easy. We also have some electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away, especially when you're in California.
Or when you're in Utah.
Or in Utah.
Or in any place in the world.
Or any place in between.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. These live streams help us be accountable and stay on track. So thanks for joining us on our keto journey.
Indeed. Twice in one day. It's like old times. Yeah, we're doing this live stream early. Well, a day early.
This is our tomorrow live stream.
See, Exchange says, isn't it Monday? Yes, it is.
We wanted you to think it was Tuesday.
Early. In fact, I think I might even put the upside down exclamation point when I said early, because I really wanted to emphasize it.
Yeah, I have a headache.
Okay.
Can you quit headaches?
No. Anyway, Rick Wynn is here, so is Shauna and Teresa. Is it Teresa or Teresa? I want to say Teresa, because that sounds fun.
Okay.
My tongue goes, Teresa. Candace says, hi, Shauna. Gina is here, sending good vibes and happy thoughts to everyone and you beautiful people.
Thank you.
So I'm chasing gals here from Jenks. Nice. Let's see. Christy Davis is here. So is Rhiannon. Says, I'm in the meeting.
Oh, hi.
Want to say hi. Hi back to you.
Have a fun meeting.
Shauna says, today I had hail out on the front of my condo and sunshine on the back.
Oh, isn't that interesting?
Lori says,
That's a crazy
bonus.
day.
Twice in one day.
Yeah.
Let's see. And Teresa's glad we're feeling better. Carla's here from Texas, and Alyssa's from Mississippi.
Hi, Alyssa. And John.
Kim
and Carla.
says, okay, it's Tuesday.
And Lynette.
No, it's not Tuesday.
You can think it's Tuesday if you want
You
to.
can. Lynette says, hey guys. James says, I told the boss it felt like a Friday. He wasn't buying it.
Yeah, I like it. I think
Mike
it should be Friday.
What's up? Kim says, headaches are no fun. Platte River Keto is here. Hi there, Scott.
Hi.
Guess what we did today?
What?
Speaking of Nebraska.
We didn't go there.
We bought airplane tickets and booked our rental car for
Omaha.
Yes, we got the information. We're going to be, a platinum sponsor or something like that?
Something like that.
But I bought the plane tickets and I almost, Holly told me which ones to get. And I was like, wait a second.
They were not the
correct
correct
Are you sure you want to
ones.
be getting there just after midnight? She's like, wait.
No.
She's like, I thought that was in the morning. I'm like,
We're grown-ups.
No, that was leaving at 8:30 p.m. and getting there at 12:05 a.m. She's like, no, that's not what I want to do.
That'd be too late.
No, so we're not doing that. We're going to go later. Anyway, we will be in Omaha like July 27th through the 30th.
Oh, it'll be a different climate than it was last time we were there.
Yeah, but it was like it was the first time we were there, and it was so hot, and I was sweaty.
I wasn't there.
Teresa says, I want to be fun, so anyway, you want to say my name is awesome. Okay.
Hey, you're fun, so it doesn't matter, right?
Larry says, good evening, you two, from Columbia, Tennessee. See, I like to find out how people say their own name.
Miriam.
Yes.
So when we met and I called
It was so loud.
house. Oh, that wasn't what I was going to say.
Okay.
Okay, when we met and he was getting my phone number, I'm like, and he's writing on a piece of paper because this is archaic times before cell phones.
In the before times.
And no, there's no F in there.
No.
But what I was going to say was it was really exciting when I called your house and talked to your dad. And he said, oh, you're Miriam? And I'm like, nobody says that right.
He had been prepared.
It was awesome.
Storm Chasing Gal says, got my first My Chow box, first mocha experience. Where has that been my whole life? We've had it ever since the beginning.
It's been hiding under a rock.
True. MG3919, welcome back, says good evening from South Carolina.
Oh, it's beautiful there.
Shane Stevens says, big nope. Twin Crafts wants to know, when will Keto Chow get more egg white powder?
Ooh, that's a sad question.
We're waiting for the price to come down.
We're waiting for the eggs also to go down.
So the last time we looked at the pricing, the wholesale pricing that we could get, it was almost exactly twice as much as what we paid last time.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer.
So if we were to reintroduce it now, it would be twice as much as it was.
We already thought it was expensive.
So instead of like $66 a bag, it'd be like $130.
Yeah, so we're not going to come out with it for a while.
Yeah, so for now we're going to wait.
Sorry,
unfortunately.
I know that
Sean
stinks
says,
so
I've
bad.
already had a flight change on my cruise tickets to Houston. We've had like 4 or 5.
4 or 5 flight changes.
They just keep on changing.
It's like 15 minutes here.
Well, and Miriam and I are going to be going with our kids and my parents to Hawaii later this month.
We're so excited.
That has been changed
multiple times
so many times. I don't even...
I am happy though. It's just like changing.
Yeah, it's a little bit here, a
within
little
half
bit
an
there.
hours. They're just.
Visual Keo says, howdy
too
bears.
bad.
Have a very safe and fun trip.
Hey, thank you.
Awesome. This Cash is here from upstate South Carolina. Listen says, I made a savory chicken. I read scary chicken. Keto Chow brick with high temp pepper jack cheese and bacon. I'll eat it tomorrow morning. That
sounds good.
Delicious. Jonah says, everyone always messes my name up.
How do you say it, dear?
I'm reading Jonah, but I wanted to say Joanna.
Yeah, because it looks like it should have an A in there secretly.
Platte
I
River
could
Keo
see
says,
how that would be.
I'm waiting impatiently for more pecan sticky
Oh,
bunny.
yeah, us
It's
too.
coming. We're just
too.
waiting for it. Janice is here from Delaware.
Hi, Janice.
Mike says they're waiting on the chickens. Yes, that's pretty much.
I actually was thinking about getting more chickens. But I don't know.
The problem is
We have to have a discussion.
I don't want to take care of them. They're the kids' pets.
Oh, maybe then we should see if they want to get chickens.
Maybe. Listen says egg prices are not moving anymore, at least after Easter bake season.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Teresa says, what airline are you flying? So we are flying Delta. So Delta has a couple of hubs where, like, they just do a lot of flights. Salt Lake City is a Delta hub.
Yeah.
It's not quite as crazy as the Atlanta Delta hub, but it is still a hub. So for
Yeah.
us, it actually doesn't
It's
make very much
convenient
sense
for us to go Delta.
to do anything
because they
but
have
Delta.
more flights everywhere.
Yeah. And so we can get direct flights to just about everywhere in the U.S.
Yeah.
Except for not St. Louis, Missouri. Kentucky. For that, we have to fly into, was it Cleveland? I think
Where
it's
did
Cleveland.
we go?
Anyway, it's still in
So it
Kentucky.
starts to see.
Yeah. Cincinnati.
Yeah,
That's where it is.
Cincinnati.
We fly into Cincinnati and then drive 2 hours, which is almost exactly the same amount of time as it would take to wait in the Cincinnati airport and then catch a connecting flight to. So we just decided to drive anyway.
Yes. But it's great. We really like going to Louisville. It's pretty there.
Visual Q says Omaha is the closest to me. Oh, there you go.
You should come.
Oh.
You should come.
Jonna says it's
Donna.
Donna, except with a J.
Jonna.
Jonna.
Yeah. We got this.
Ah. Jonna says our flowers have bloomed already.
Wow.
Mike
If
says, can I
flowers
call
are
the
blooming
eggs
here,
in my
they'd be
fridge my
dead.
pets? You absolutely can call them your pets. Sean says I'm flying United. Not a lot of choices from Sacramento
That's
to Houston.
okay.
And now I have a layover in San Francisco.
Aw.
Rickman says the Atlanta hub is the craziest place to try to fly
Yeah,
out
we've
of.
been there a lot of times.
We have.
Actually, enough times that we could find our way around the airport really easily.
Well, you just have
It's easy.
A, B, C, D, E, F,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Although I do like the cool games and stuff. Like there's a little like chessboard on one side, and there's
I don't remember seeing that.
maybe you weren't with the kids.
Maybe I wasn't.
I have children, and we noticed the kid things,
Okay.
and they had like little playing
Mike
things.
El
so it was
Guapo says flew Delta 2 weeks ago. Love him. Carlos says, what month should we look for orange cream to come back? That will be soon.
It will be soon.
So unfortunately,
Springtime.
we had 5 inches of snow today, so it's clearly still
Yes.
winter here.
And can I just tell
But
you how
spring
happy
is
I
coming.
was that my son snowblowed the driveway?
Yep.
It was great.
Okay, so we have a couple things we want to talk about today. So we had there was a question on the Facebook support group. Somebody wanted to know what is in the different starter packs. So let me make sure.
What is in the different starter
Yes,
packs,
it's
honey?
sharing. Okay. Oh, but before that,
Go to the bottom of the page.
At the bottom of the page, there's this place where you can enter in your email.
Yes.
If you don't get emails from us, it might be that you unsubscribed. And if you unsubscribe, we can't email you.
But
And
you can
we're gonna be
resubscribe by putting your email into this little
Yes,
thingy.
you can.
So then watch your emails when we want to email you things.
We might be emailing you stuff pretty soon. I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, so here we are back at the top. So the starter kits, we have 3 different ones. Click.
Click.
You know if you control click on stuff,
Then it
it
pulls
opens
it
it up in a new window.
And then you're in that window. You already did that one.
It didn't do it.
Okay. Did you know that if I'm trying to show you something, it won't work?
Open a new tab. It's supposed to open in a new tab when you do that.
Okay. It's
whatever
because you're
reason.
doing it
Anyway.
on camera.
Probably. Okay, so we've got the essentials, we've got the premium, and we've got the elite.
Right.
So it's kind of a small, medium, large. So 6 meals.
This is the baby bear.
Yep. A printable digital keto quick start guide.
Yes.
And right now, well, then there's a blender ball, and right now we actually have a thing going where you actually save an extra 34%.
Ooh, it's so fancy.
Get $5 in store credit and a pocket electrolyte drops if you are a first-time customer. If you've never
so
bought from us before.
So if you want the baby bear and the $5 and the free electrolyte, get that.
Then you've got the premium, which is 16 meals, a 24-page,
Which is the mama bear.
printed keto start guide, a tape measure, so you can
Do your measurements
do your
because
measurements, because that's
we always
important.
have such a hard time because we're only focusing on the number on the scale. But if you look at your measurements, a lot of times they change before the number on the scale does.
Yep. Electrolyte drops, a little bottle of daily minerals, a blender bottle, and the whole extra bottle of electrolyte drops. It's just the little guy.
Little guy.
And this is the same 34% off plus $5 store credit if you're a first-time customer. And then you got the elite, which is kind of
The daddy bear.
It's the big one. Has a whole bunch of them. So it actually, further down the page, it lists out what exactly is in there, but you can see it. It's got 3 of the chocolate, 2 of the vanilla, 2 of the snickerdoodle. It's a good mix of our most popular flavors. Now, there aren't any seasonal or limited edition flavors in here because this is year-round flavors.
Yep.
But it's got banana.
Banana.
Anyway, so that's
Banana
what's in
makes great pudding.
the starter kits. In the bundles, I guess you could say, which is the subscriptions, the My Chow kit,
Yes.
you can either build your own or we'll surprise you. And you can choose what size you want
Why
of
isn't
either of
that
those.
centered?
Why isn't what centered?
My Chow kit.
Up here at the top?
No. The one in the square boxes.
This?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What the heck?
But it just isn't. Anyway, with that one you can choose
Left
the size
justified.
and like what kind you want. But so that's what's in the different ones.
Sorry, I got squirreled.
Squirrel.
Left justified.
Jen says I made the vanilla pizzelles recipes tonight in my waffle maker.
Don't you love them? They're so great.
Mike says that was a tease. I need to open my emails more. Well, I don't know what you're talking about, Mike. Just, resubscribe, Brenda says, when is orange cream coming back? It's spring.
Springtime.
Soon.
When the flowers start to bloom and the animals have babies. That's springtime, right?
I'm just getting a text message letting me know that the Expo West trade show is kicking off in a couple of days.
We're going to go to that.
We are going to go. That's why we're going to California.
California.
Anyway. Okay, so that was one of the questions. Lou, on the Facebook support group, accidentally used salted butter in Keto Chow and loved it.
Because salt is amazing.
Feel free to add salt to your Keto Chow. I actually would prefer for there to be more salt in the Keto Chow, but it's easier to leave it out and let people add it if they want to, than to make everybody have it.
Yep.
So,
because if they had to be as salty as all the stuff I have, they would be salted out.
Yes. And especially for the savory flavors. But a lot of the flavors, I think, taste a lot better with more salt. And the funny thing is, salted butter really doesn't add a lot of salt. It's actually very small.
It's very small.
Okay.
What are you doing?
My nose is tickling and I'm going to blow it.
Ew.
So hold on a second. I'm going to pause. Pause, mute. Anyway.
Talk about stuff.
Don't talk about Bruno.
Don't talk about Bruno.
So anyway.
It was our wedding day.
Brenda says, so now is it back? No, not yet.
Well, no flowers here.
Alyssa says, Chris, get to work on a caramel popcorn flavor. We have it. It's called
caramel macchiato.
Caramel macchiato.
Except for without the popcorn.
I think it tastes exactly like caramel popcorn. Exchange Student says, I'm a proofreader too. Yeah, and Lynette says, I think caramel macchiato tastes like caramel popcorn. Carla always uses salted butter.
It's because you have good taste.
Yeah. And it's funny, one of the biggest criticisms that we have of Keto Chow is why does it have so much salt in it? That's too much sodium. Unless people have been doing keto for a while and then they try it. And
how sweet is it?
Yeah, and then they're like, why is it so sweet?
So
it's like,
sweet.
I can't satisfy you all, guys.
Happy. You just got to try to make something good.
It's really funny. Brenda says, so good. Mike says, we don't talk about Bruno because we sing about him all the time. Alyssa says, Redmond real salt tastes exactly like popcorn. You can buy Redmond popcorn salt. It's just very, very fine.
Yeah.
MJ is here. Been away for a few months, but still getting email from Keto Chow.
Yay.
Okay. Wing Chung Gung Fu
That's
says, are all your products free of tree nuts?
Tree nuts.
So, let's go here.
Good question.
Time to Google Keto Chow
I don't know
allergens.
that Google song. Time to Google, time to Google. Is that it?
And I can push this button. Okay.
What allergens are in the different flavors of Keto Chow?
And there's actually a video. So, as far as
Chow.
tree nuts, so which are almonds, hazelnuts, walnuts, Brazil nuts, cashews, pecans, pistachios, and macadamia nuts. So aside from the nutmeg,
right,
all flavors of Keto Chow are nut-free, including pistachio, which doesn't actually have pistachios, just pistachio flavoring.
right.
The pecan sticky bun also does not contain
Well, why don't we
nuts.
say what one has nutmeg? Which one has nutmeg?
It's right above that. Eggnog, pumpkin spice caramel, and apple pie.
Oh, okay.
Apple pie.
I see.
That's
Aside
the apple
from the
pie
nutmeg.
song.
But in case you think that peanuts are nuts, they're legumes. And it is in the chocolate peanut butter and the peanut
Butter, regular
flavor.
peanut.
So those are some things.
Yes, indeed. Anyway, I guess I can, you know what I can do? I
Put
can
that in there.
Copy and paste that
Put
into the
it
chat.
in there.
Into the chat. Okay. I had another question. Shelly wanted to know what our opinion is of grape seed oil.
Oh, I don't have a very good opinion of grapeseed oil.
Okay, why?
Well, you did that 100-day experiment.
Okay, so I actually tested it in my
Right.
body to see what it did.
And what you did was change oil. So you did everything the same for a whole 100 days, except for 1 week you did one oil, 1 week you did a different oil.
And that was
1
actually
week you
part
did-
of the 6-week experiment when I did the
I
grapeseed oil.
I
But still,
accidentally said the wrong
that's okay.
experiment.
That's okay. I still tested it out, and what happened?
And it hurt. It hurt.
It made my
caused
plantar fasciitis come back.
inflammation.
Yeah.
Yes. And so I would not recommend, even though I didn't use that grapeseed oil, I still feel inflammation in my joints and stuff when I eat at restaurants or when I have like dressings at restaurants because it's still made with the industrial seed oils. So when I eat here, I have less inflammation.
Yep. And seed oils, also called vegetable oils, even though they're not, they don't have any vegetable in them. Those tend to be very inflammatory and they tend to cause you problems. Now, the reason why they're recommended by the American Heart Association is that when people have seed oils, which are high in polyunsaturated fat, their LDL cholesterol goes down. I don't know that that's a good thing. They seem to think it's a good thing, having a lower amount of LDL cholesterol. The issue with that, and I'm not going to get into all the nuances of it, because, it's time for science class with Mr. Bear. The issue with...
Nerd.
Oh, the live overlay went away. That was weird.
It was there.
It's not there anymore.
That's okay. That's
Anyway,
fine. It's fine.
The issue is, okay, LDL cholesterol seems to be, well, it's part of your body's immune system. It does stuff for your body. And if eating something makes that go down, that's almost like saying, I ate this stuff and now I don't have any white blood cells anymore. Is that a good thing? I would say no. So, yeah, in my tests, consuming a lot of grapeseed oil was not a good thing. Mm-hmm. Now,
but we are not doctors.
We are not doctors.
We're just regular people.
That is correct.
And we're learning what we have learned, so do listen to what your doctor says.
Yep. Okay, Wing Chun Gung Fu says, are the peanut butter shakes made in a different facility than the other flavors or the same? So, all of the flavors are made in the same place, but they're required to insanely sanitize the production lines such that we don't have to declare that it's in a facility that processes peanuts. Yeah.
But if you're worried about it, we understand.
Yes, we are. Understand.
Ding.
We are understanding. Yeah. Okay, Alyssa has a question about the chocolate flavor batch. It was that it didn't taste right.
Mm-hmm. So in case you're wondering what we're talking about, an email went out on a very specific chocolate batch that we found didn't taste right, and so we're recalling it.
And all of the information that you need is in that email.
And so you probably won't be contacted unless you purchase that batch.
And there is a subset of people who purchased that batch, where they were unsubscribed.
Right.
So we couldn't email them, so we're actually contacting them outside of our normal email process.
Yes, because we don't want anyone to have something that doesn't taste good. And it's not dangerous. It's fine. It
just didn't taste right. Gina says, bad oils, yuck, butter, yum.
Yes.
Well, and that actually brings me to the next topic. So, okay, I remember how I said that the seed oils they're not vegetable. So canola seed oil, grape seed oil. On the other hand, you have avocado oil and olive oil, which are not vegetable oils. Those are fruit oils.
Yeah, well, semantics.
Okay, so here's the thing. Plants want you to take their fruit, consume the outside of it, the stuff that they want you to have,
right,
and then distribute the seeds throughout the world to propagate them.
Right.
Plants make fruit to trick animals into spreading them around.
Right, or people.
Or people.
Whereas the plants that you're talking about in the seed oils, that section of the plant is typically the type section that tries to poison you to keep the plant alive.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, and it hey, I found the thing.
The live button.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the other one went. Anyway, but there's Keto Chow logo. Where did I see it? There it is. Boom. Yay. Okay. Yeah, but the seeds are the part of the plant that it doesn't want you to eat at all. It doesn't want you to eat the stalks. It doesn't want you to eat the leaves. Because plants can't run away. Did you know this about plants? They can't run away.
Weird.
They don't have fangs. They don't have talons. They don't have horns. The only way that they can fight back is through chemical warfare.
Yes, and they make little pricklies too.
Yeah.
Chemicals and pricklies and bitter flavors. There's a reason a lot of plants taste bitter because we shouldn't taste them. But okay, so we're talking about plants, but I'm just trying to say this really quick.
Yes.
Before you say all the plants are going to kill us.
Okay.
Right? If you want to eat vegetables,
you can.
Eat vegetables.
Yes.
I eat vegetables.
I eat vegetables for entertainment purposes.
I eat them because I like them.
I eat them because I hate them. Oh, wait. Oh, that shirt that says, I'm not vegan because I love animals. I'm vegan because I hate plants.
It's so silly.
Anyway, that's the point you were trying to make.
Yeah.
We're not trying to tell you don't eat.
Because it sounds like we're going crazy
down the rabbit
vegetables,
hole. Don't eat vegetables. No.
But we're not.
No.
He's just found some things interesting and wanted to share them multiple times every day.
every day. Okay.
Are you going to show the cabbage thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Here we are back at the cabbage thing. I've shown this before recently, but this is natural pesticides found in cabbage. So this isn't all of the compounds in cabbage. This is just the pesticides.
Because
all of the
cabbage
stuff.
makes it.
Yeah. Now down here at the bottom, there's a key. The stuff in red is known to be carcinogenic, meaning it will cause cancer in animals. And orange is mutagenic or clastogenic. Okay? So it's going to, kind of goes along the same lines.
Cyanide?
Yeah.
There's cyanide in cabbage?
Allyl cyanide, indole 3-carbonyl, allyl iso.
What do even any of those words mean?
They're all chemical compounds that are formed inside of, this is just in cabbage, and it's to try and dissuade insects mostly from eating it. The idea being that if it can prevent them from eating it or interfere with their nutrition, they won't eat it anymore. Okay?
Right.
So there was a question on the Keto Chow subreddit.
Right.
Where this is where I'm going with all of it. Where someone said, as someone that hates veggies, do my 2 Keto Chows a day provide me any of the same nutrients as broccoli or Brussels do? I always tend to buy broccoli with full intention of eating it with my nightly chicken, beef, pork, but it ends up spoiling in my refrigerator more often than not.
Yeah, that happens
And
sometimes.
so the question went on to ask, what sort of like powdered greens should I use and things like that. Now, I wrote up a response. I actually did it on my phone while Miriam was
He's going to read it
asleep
while I take a nap.
on Saturday morning. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to read you parts of it. Now, in the description of this video is a link to the question and my answer. So you can read it
On Reddit?
on Reddit.
Okay.
So I started off with, here's the really fun discussion. Why do you think broccoli and Brussels sprouts have vital nutrients? I could have left it at that. Why do most of us think
Because
that it has
we've been
vital nutrients?
taught since we were babies that you need to eat your vegetables.
Eat your vegetables,
That's why.
right?
That's why.
Why do you need to eat your vegetables?
Because
it
have
has
all the things in
iron.
it.
You know what else has iron?
Antioxidants.
Meat has iron.
It has more things.
Yeah, it does. So my response was, I typically only eat vegetables for entertainment purposes because I like the flavor or the texture. When it comes down to it, plants don't actually want you to eat them and rely on chemical warfare to deter animals and their insects from eating them. There are parts they do want to eat in order to propagate the seeds. Hey, we already went over this.
Fruits.
We typically call those fruits like avocados, olives, and jalapenos. Whatever happened to the jalapenos we got in Colorado? Are they still in the fridge at work? They probably are. Anyway, but the leaves, the flower, buds, and the stalks are all parts of the plants. Don't want removed, so they tend to produce anti-nutrients that interfere with nutrient absorption and cause other problems. Then here we have the whatchamacallit, the
Giant wall of
pesticides
text.
in cabbage. Anyway, no way would those things be allowed to be added to food, but they're fine because they are natural, okay? Anyway, I've never seen any indication that there are any benefits to the compounds found in greens powders, especially that are not already found in the vitamins and minerals already included in Keto Chow. Typically, people will claim that the greens contain non-specific phytonutrients.
Phytonutrients.
That just means that it has stuff from plants that have not been identified as necessary nutrients for humans, at least in the last 100 years or so. While it's entirely possible that something beneficial may be contained in those mixtures, it's also as likely they contain problematic compounds, and almost certainly they contain heavy metals.
Isn't that interesting?
A couple of months ago, there was giant news because there were a bunch of different Trader Joe's and a few other candy bar places had chocolate bars that were identified as containing lead. You want to know why they had lead in them?
Because they had plants in them.
Because they had stuff that grew in soil.
Yes.
You don't get that with like ruminants or other meat animals.
Because they don't grow in soil, they step on it.
Yep. And then
eat it.
I talked about how Keto Chow, we got somebody tried to file a Proposition 65 lawsuit against us. That's the thing in California that where everything causes cancer. And the lawyers, the opposition lawyers, their assumption was that if it has anything from a plant, it will have lead. And a couple of flavors of Keto Chow have cinnamon or cocoa powder. Those particular ones did have enough lead to trigger the warning, because we're talking a quarter of a teaspoon of cinnamon, actually a quarter of a gram. That's enough. The levels that trigger the warning are absurd.
Absurd.
Anyway, so in summary, if you like a flavor of something you want to add of Keto Chow, go for it. Don't feel like you need to add powdered plants and their anti-nutrients for a non-specific possible nutrient, though. So that's the sum up. So do we recommend you add power greens to Keto Chow, or that you put in some like spinach, or what's that stuff, green stuff that everybody loves that's gross?
Kale.
Kale. Should you add kale to your Keto Chow? I wouldn't recommend it.
You can if you want to.
You absolutely can.
Something I add to my Keto Chow: collagen.
There you go.
Gelatin. More flavor. Sometimes. I usually don't, but I sometimes mix them together.
Yep.
Because I like the taste of chocolate peanut butter and chocolate toffee together.
Now, speaking of plants for entertainment purposes, Shauna said I had some English cucumbers for crunch the other night.
Yummy.
I think cucumbers are technically a fruit.
I think I want to eat them right now.
And the plant wants you to
eat
them and scatter the seeds, although they're gross and they smell like ammonia.
How much would I have to pay you to eat a cucumber, Chris?
Wing says if someone gets the runs, whenever they supplement electrolyte products, no matter where they come from, what does this mean? Does that mean they have too many electrolytes? It may mean that they have too much.
It might not necessarily mean that the product isn't too many electrolytes. It might mean that you are taking too many at the same time.
At the same time, it could be.
Also, depending on what you're eating, if you're eating foods with a lot of electrolytes in it, and then you're adding more electrolytes on it, you're just going to be flushing them out. So.
And usually the dumping only happens in extreme cases of electrolytes. Usually your body handles that by absorbing it and then urinating it out. Because and now Dr. James DiNicolantino in the book The Salt Fix, he explains that your kidneys don't work the way that you think they work as far as separating out salt and stuff like that. It actually, so fluid goes in. It takes out all the electrolytes. And then it says, yo, how much salt do you need back? And then in the Bozeman's capsules, it pushes back the salt that is needed to be reclaimed.
Yeah.
Which is
more work for your body to do.
Yeah, and so if you have too much electrolytes, it doesn't have to do that let's push it back in process. And so, yeah, it's actually easier on the kidneys to have more salt. I would recommend reading his book, The Salt Fix. Let's see, Alyssa says I should eat squirrel. Okay.
Then monsters.
Shauna wants to know, does cabbage also send a warning to California residents?
Yes, they do. Every vegetable.
If it's a packaged product, it wouldn't need one of those. They are looking at making an exemption in California for natural products, which dilutes the law down to nothing.
Yeah.
But my understanding is most coffee that's sold in California would require the Proposition 65
anything that grows
warning.
from the ground.
I have wood pellets for my smoker that have a Proposition 65 warning.
I have a chair that has a Proposition 65 warning in case I want to eat it.
Mike says I ate some broccoli at Red Lobster today and dipped them in the garlic butter. I'm not against vegetables.
That
in
sounds
moderation.
delicious.
Now, Mike, I don't know about you, but at the Red Lobster near us, and there's only one.
On Mondays.
They have all-you-can-eat shrimp.
All-you-can-eat shrimp.
Although it's cheaper just to buy shrimp. Did we go to the store to get shrimp like Ruth wanted? No. I think we have some in the freezer. Let's see. Jesus, great news, Chris. I hate broccoli and I love Keto Chow.
What a coincidence.
Alan says, hi everyone. Sean says, I apologize to California being a nanny state.
Hey, I'm from California. I feel you.
Hey, it's a fun place to visit.
I was born there.
Sean says best thing for kale is to add oil. It slides out of the pan and into the trash much easier. Oh, Kobe wants to know, is salted butter good to mix with s'mores? See,
Yes.
I like the s'mores keto chow, even though it's not available anymore for sale. And I like that when you use butter, whether it's salted or not, it brings out the flavor so much more.
Yes.
Let's see. Alyssa says cucumbers are technically fruits because they grow from the flowers of the plant and hold seeds. There you go. Mike says, when I was a kid, our family used to strip paint using a propane torch. That plus old gasoline had lead. I figure I'd probably got more lead as a child than I will ever get from chocolate.
Yeah, me too. Children.
And Mike points out our bodies are amazing machines. Yes, they are. Especially when you get stuff out of the way and let them do what they're supposed to do.
Yes.
Mark says Proposition 65, all the things. That's actually what we did with Keto Chow. Because there were just a few flavors that would require a warning, we just put Proposition 65 on everything. And it's now, fortunately, it's gotten to the point where if you're from California, you've gotten used to the great, everything causes cancer. Now, people who aren't familiar with the whole Proposition 65 thing, sometimes they'll be on our website and they'll be like, why does it have this warning for California residents? And it's like, because. Alyssa says add heavy amounts of salt to cucumber. It tastes like
I love to salt my cucumbers. I love to salt everything.
Seriously, it smells like ammonia. Storm Chasing Gal says Miriam for president. Woo! Alan says California's laws are over the top. Wing says you guys are awesome. Thanks for your help.
Yeah, thank you for asking questions today.
Yeah, Mike says that's what I did.
Here.
I did the all-you-can-eat shrimp. The prices keep going up, though. It used to be 12 at a lobster tail for a meal. Now it's like 18. I was telling somebody that we were at Red Lobster doing the all-you-can-eat shrimp, and you offered one of our friends $5 to drink. We had made a couple bowls.
To drink all the butter. He did it.
He was like, okay. I'm like, what? Okay.
Did I ever pay him?
I don't know if
I
you
probably did. It's $5.
Star Chasing Gal says, I want a coffee IV. But if you did that, you wouldn't be able to taste it.
That's true, and it wouldn't be as good, probably.
Yeah, Suzanne says, hello, everyone. I've been listening, but I had to get my 4 miles in at the gym. Well, that's
Good
awesome.
job, girlfriend!
Okay. I promise I don't have any more rants for tonight. But now Jocelynn reported getting some clumps of butter after mixing up Keto Chow and then letting it refrigerate. What went wrong? How can you fix it, Miriam?
Okay, so when you mix with butter, you want to use warm water and melted butter and put them together when you mix it. And it mixes best with a blender or immersion blender or something like that. Yeah. But if you do find that you have clumps in your Keto Chow, just warm it up in the microwave and shake it, and it'll be good as new.
Yeah, I like to pour it into a cup, warm that up, pour that back into the blender bottle.
And I started doing
and do
that
it back
too,
and forth.
because I want all the drops left from the blender bottle. I don't want to leave some in the bottom.
Well, and when you do that, then it melts all of the stuff that's on the sides.
But I do finish it off in a mug because I would rather drink it out of a pretty mug than a boring blender bottle.
I want the boring blender bottle.
Also, I want one of the cute little coffee straws.
Nope.
Because they make me happy.
To sip it through there.
So cute.
But now, and that's one of the things we like to really do with chocolate Keto Chow.
Is heat it up and drink it hot.
Now, back to the earlier question. If you tried chocolate Keto Chow in the past, and for whatever reason you were like, this is actually not good. I don't know what you're talking about. It may be that you got one of the ones that had bad flavor in it.
Yeah, weirdy.
We identified that. We notified, as far as we can tell, all the people who purchased some of that. But try coming back to chocolate Keto Chow.
Yeah.
If you tried it and you didn't like it. Let's see. Mark says 4th largest economy now. Navy put me here, not native Californian. It's my standard disclaimer.
Aww.
That's so funny. And Alan says, I came from my work. There you go.
That's so funny.
Alyssa says, buy a Vitamix. It will change your Keto Chow game. That is true.
Yeah, we really like our Vitamix too.
Well, it's one of those
I haven't
things.
used it in a
Who
while.
was I watching? It was Lindsay Murphy, I think. She was talking about her Vitamix, and she's like, yeah, I bought this a long time ago, but I've had it for like 15 years, and it just keeps on working.
I haven't used
it is
in so long.
insanely expensive
They are
investment.
expensive. And we got the huge one because we have a giant family.
Yep.
Which now is shrinking.
Okay, now speaking of Lindsay, we're now going to switch to Indigo Neely.
Okay.
So her and her daughter did a video
That
where
was so cute.
they opened up a box and they were going through the recipes.
And this was Saturday, right?
Yeah, and what made me think of it is somebody asked about the s'mores.
Right.
Because there's a recipe on our website for the s'mores. On the website, actually, let me just pull that up.
Yeah, we could just show you. It's like we have all this fancy equipment for a reason. Oh, look at those cute little guys.
So we're going to go to kitchen.
They're so cute.
So then the question becomes, how can you get the Keto Chow recipes?
Oh, how can you get the Keto Chow recipes? Okay, are you on the homepage?
There's 2 ways to do it.
Okay, tell me.
Okay, if I go to here to bottles and more.
Bottles and more. Look, there's the recipe cards right there in the picture.
Right here are recipe cards and Keto Chow recipe box. So you've got the month, and if you look down here, it actually tells you what different recipes were in that month.
Yep, and we're not going to reprint those. No. So those are what we have, and once they're gone, then we won't keep those months anymore. So you may see it skips May or something like that. So.
Yeah, and as you choose them, it actually shows which ones they are. Okay, now back here, June 21, there's the marshmallows right there.
Right.
Okay, so that's one way you can get the recipe cards. You have to actually pay for them. It's $3, and you get 5 recipes.
But it's a physical card.
It's not expensive.
You can throw it onto your order, too. That's super easy.
But you can also come here and just get the recipes for free. So if I search here for marshmallow.
Do you know how to spell marshmallow?
I do. So you got the root beer eggnog marshmallows, and you got the Keto Chow. Both of these, it's the same recipe. It's just using a different flavor.
Chris likes those. He has made them multiple times. In fact, if you go to the root beer one, it has the other picture on it. It has the other picture on the root beer one.
Yeah.
That's Chris's video at the top.
It is.
Of him making it at our house. Oh, look, there's our thing.
And one key thing is, you mix it all up. Go away. There it goes.
Okay.
And then you put it in the mixer, and you let it go.
For like your whole life.
And you let it go. And it keeps going, and it fills up the mixer. It takes forever. And just let it keep on going is what I say in the video, because you're going to get to the point, and it comes out really fluffy. See, the pictures on this page here, these actually weren't whipped enough.
Yeah.
These ones right here, not whipped nearly enough.
But look how cute those little fake graham crackers are. And s'mores.
Anyway,
Lily's chocolate.
so yeah, there's the 2 different ways you can get our Keto Chow recipes. Is you can get the cards, actual printed ones, or you can just get the recipes for free off of our website.
It's possible that some of the cards are not on the website, but I am not.
I think that we've at this point,
sure.
Like the recipe cards that are like this month and the last month. That's fine. If they've been out for more than like a month or 2, they're generally speaking going to be on the website. This is Vitamix blenders and Dutch ovens are an investment, but worth every penny.
Yeah.
And Mike says, "What's so special about the Vitamix?" So, my key thing I use is that you can turn it so low.
Yeah.
Like,
so
open up the top, turn it on, and it just sits there.
Because we were blend tech people.
Yeah.
We liked the blend tech, and we really.
But it only has
worked really well.
And
we really liked it, but then we saw that different level of the thing, and that makes the difference.
The ability to crank it all the way down.
We've never made anything hot in it. You know how everybody says, "Oh, you can make your soup in it," blah blah blah.
I haven't
made
the egg pudding. So you scramble eggs and you put them in there. I want you to
make me that pudding.
Well, we're going to go on a trip.
How about tomorrow? I forgot to make the pistachio pie.
You sure did.
Oh.
Well, this is, you can make so many good things in the Vitamix. Mike says,
Pistachio pudding.
Whip it good. Yeah, it's worm moon. It's a worm moon tonight.
Yes.
So, let's see. What else did we want to talk about? We didn't get to talk very long this morning. Oh, I got to go to the doctor today.
Oh, yeah. He's
And
so excited.
I found it was actually, it was really nice to work with a competent medical professional.
Okay.
Now, about this sort of thing. Now, my doctor, bless his heart.
He always forgets we're keto. Like, every time.
I always have to
We've been seeing
explain
him for
to him.
like 15 years.
And he actually, the doctor who shared his office with him used to be
was a keto doctor.
Yeah, and then he moved somewhere else. But anyway, I went, when we went with Joe and Rachel down to Lake Mead, I did like wake surfing or something like that.
This is like almost a year ago.
Yeah, well, I aggravated my shoulder, like to pull me up. I just, muscled it into being, and turns out I have a, what's it called again?
Labrum.
I have a labrum,
torn
a
labrum.
labrum tear. It's part of the cartilage that's on your shoulder, and if I reach across, ow,
Don't do that.
to put
If
on
it
my
hurts,
seatbelt.
Don't do it.
Or I'm laying in bed and I pull up on the blankets. It hurts like crazy.
So he's been a big baby forever, and
It's been
you know
like
what?
2 months when it's
Finally,
actually been
so
really
Joe
bad.
goes to the doctor when he's here.
Yeah.
Because he had a hurt wrist, and I'm like, don't make us go to the doctor in Florida. Go to the doctor now.
But so the doctor, he
Get her
has
done.
me sit down on the little chair thing, the table. He's like, okay, I want you to go like this. And then he pushes against my hand. And then he has me like flip my thumbs the other way. And then he has me like stick my arms out and he pushes down. And he does all this stuff. And like one of them, I has my arm out over here and I have to push back against it. He's like, oh yeah, you have a labrum
Torn
tear.
Labrum, yeah.
And I was like, seriously? He's like, yeah, I absolutely guarantee it. Let's have you go get an x-ray. We'll see if it shows up on that.
And it didn't.
It didn't. The nurse was so funny. She pulls up the x-ray and she's like, yep, that's a shoulder.
Yep, that's his shoulder.
So I have to go in
Look,
for an
just
MRI.
like a shoulder.
If they can't find it on the MRI, then they have to do laparoscopic surgery, where they put a camera into my shoulder and figure out. Now, one of the things, as I was researching it,
Yes.
they said that sometimes you can get a labrum, a problem where some of the cartilage gets detached and it gets into your shoulder socket and causes a clicking or a popping when you move your shoulder. I'm like, are you
It's been
kidding
popping
me?
forever.
For 30
Forever.
years, I've had a hitch in my
It just
shoulder.
popped. So it wasn't the boat trip.
Well, that just might have exacerbated it.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, they said normally labrum tears aren't a big deal unless they become like something, kicks it off. So I've been dealing with this literally since I was 17.
Yeah.
That my shoulder pops when I get to just the right rate. It's because I stood up going down a sled on a snowy hill once and fell on my shoulder, and I couldn't lift weights with my right shoulder for about 2 weeks in high school, and then it went away.
Dwell in darkness without me, and it went away.
But don't put up with stupid pain
for your whole flipping
for
life.
30 years. It's just so
it's
funny.
Fine, yeah, it's fine.
But that was one of the reasons I went to the doctor, and I said, also, I'm 45, so it's time to schedule that.
Colonoscopy.
In case you didn't see it, Ryan Reynolds and the guy who he co-owns some
Come on.
soccer team in the UK, they did a video where if one of the guys learned Welsh, then the other guy would have to video his colonoscopy. They didn't show like the stuff, but they showed the before and after, because they were trying to raise awareness that 45 is the new 50, especially for men, for getting a colonoscopy. So, yay, I got that scheduled. So maybe
Good job,
I'm
honey.
doing my social duty and letting all of you know.
That's right.
that 45 is the new 50.
50.
Shauna says it's still Monday. For a little bit longer.
Maybe.
Suzanne says, I love my blend tech.
Yeah, we do too. We still have one.
Mark says, I found Dr. Lenski's off a podcast, Fat Emperor.
Yeah.
Turns out his office is about 2 miles from me and he lives in my neighborhood.
Heck yes.
That's amazing. By the way, Mark, he is planning on moving to Arizona.
Snatch him up quick.
Yes.
But he can treat you in California if you still want to go to him when he's in Arizona.
And Mark says, I did his 16-week program, lost 40-ish pounds. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
I was thinking of having Dr. Lenskis check out my arm. He probably could have done that exact same evaluation.
And he was in our house.
He was in our house. But he was talking to us about other stuff.
He's off duty.
Gina says, Miriam, don't forget to tuck Chris in at night so he doesn't suffer.
I'll tuck you in.
Mike says, is this a drone injury? No,
yeah,
it's
right?
not.
No,
that is
this
not
is
a
before
drone
drones even came out.
I have a really nice set of scars on my
Can you see
bicep.
It?
No, I can't see it anymore.
Oh, it looked like Wolverine.
Well, okay. There's a little white spot right there.
Yeah, you can't see
Anyway.
It's all white.
I was flying a drone.
And he flew it into his arm.
No, I flew it into the roof.
That flew
above, and then it flew out of control and smacked into my arm and
went,
cut me up real
like Wolverine.
Mark says, that sounds like my shoulder.
Yeah.
And Shauna says, I think my whole body has a torn labrum.
Yeah, it probably does. Now you know.
Well, what's really funny is I have 3 children who have popping ankles.
I have popping. I've always had popping ankles.
Oh, is it you that they get it from? Mm-hmm. Like our daughter Haley, you can
tell when she's walking around because she pops.
It's like pop, 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 pop.
Pop. We probably should have been better parents and took her to the doctor and said, why does she pop? And then they'll be like, I don't know, she's always popped.
Mark says the prep for the colonoscopy is the worst. I hear you get to drink some really delicious magnesium and no red food coloring for a couple days ahead of time.
So you don't look like you're bleeding?
Yes.
Yeah, I think
like so, it sounds like a pain in the... Oh, never mind. Mark says, ooh, Keto Chow colon prep.
Yeah.
If I was really going to be nice to them, I would eat
just
only
drink your own
Keto Chow
drops
for like 3 weeks beforehand. And then...
That would be a lot easier.
It would be super easy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Visual Q says the prep is awful. Mark says, yeah, the prep's tough, tastes like crap, new product.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. You actually could drink the Keto Chow magnesium drops instead of the other stuff.
If you could handle
but
that.
It would be way worse tasting than the stuff that they give you.
Because
that's just magnesium
citrate. Isn't it just like the orange bottle you get when you have gestational diabetes?
No, that's glucose.
Oh, this is like laxative?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Shauna says, please tell the kids I say hi. I'm looking forward to seeing them on the cruise.
Yay.
And Mike says, Doc says I tore my labrum and I didn't even know I had one.
Yeah.
Right?
Surprise. You have more than one.
You have one on each side. Yeah, but it was pretty funny. It was really confidence inspiring for him just to have me do these couple of things with my arms, and he knew exactly what it was because he isolated it down to this very specific.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was having me push against it, and
like that hurts.
Yeah,
that hurts. Yeah, it's really awesome. And I really appreciate when I am in the doctor and I can ask questions. So Ruth, you guys know our little girl was born with a birth defect in her eye. She has a membrane that goes all the way through her eye. And so she's been going to the eye doctor since she was 1 month old. And so we have seen lots of specialists, and she's had eye muscle surgery, which isn't that big a deal. Like a lot of people have that for amblyopia. It's when your eyes cross. I think that's the right word. I could be saying it wrong.
She needed to get her alignment fixed.
Yeah, well, she got that fixed, and it's been working great ever since. But we've gone to multiple eye doctors forever, and it's just really nice to sit down and say, okay, well, why are you doing that thing? Because every time she comes, you do the same routine. Why is she reading the colored numbers? Do you know?
Strabismus.
And they said sometimes like different colors will pop up out of the.
Oh, really?
Out of the thing, and if depending on what pops up, you can know what you can see and what you can't see, you know. And so it was just really interesting to be able to ask those doctors, like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Because I know what it looks like to me, but I don't know why you're asking that question. And it's also was so interesting because this is an infant that they were seeing.
Yeah.
So they couldn't say, do you see an M? Do you see a T? You know, so it's really cool to see them figuring out how to put glasses on this tiny little baby just by looking at her eyes and looking through different things. And I don't know how they figured it out. But anyway, I am grateful that there's so many people that do so many great things in the medical world. And yes.
Well, it was fun to see Indigo Neely with Renee, her daughter.
Oh, yes.
Because
it just took us back a few
It
years.
so took us back.
Like, that's like Ruth.
Well, her glasses looked
She's
exactly
so
like
cute.
Ruth's glasses. And it's like,
And
whoa.
she would have loved doing cooking videos with me.
She would have indeed.
She probably still love it. We should do it.
Oh. What? Okay, I just got an email from Keto Chow.
What does it say?
It said, get ready for a St. Patrick's Day sale.
Get ready for it.
It looks like
ready
I'm
for it.
subscribed. Are you subscribed?
Let me look. Wait, how do you subscribe again? Just go ahead and
So
do it.
to
Say it
subscribe, you go down to the bottom of the Keto Chow site. Very bottom. And you can enter your email right there.
Wow, I have a lot of... Oh, I got it too.
Uh-huh. But we don't talk about Bruno.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Lynn says, Doctor didn't tell me that once you poop clear water, you can quit drinking the magnesium stuff.
Well, there you go. Thanks for letting us know.
And Dennis is here. Visual Keto says, you said it perfect, Miriam.
Thank you.
Teresa says, pediatric eye care is so cool.
It's so cool.
Dennis has been shoveling snow all day, and Kathy got the email too.
Yay!
Mike says, pork and good salt and vinegar. Pickled eggs are good. I'm eating one now. They sell them at the Keto Bakery here.
Heck yeah.
I still haven't ever gotten those. Pickled eggs from Pork and Good.
Oh.
They came out with them, and I've just never ordered them.
Well, let's order them right now.
Well, we're going to leave.
After this.
After these messages.
We'll be right back.
Gina says Indigo Neely has an entire series of Renee videos about Renee's eye journey.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a similar journey we went on.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting because where they first noticed it when the kids have that is that they wouldn't get red eye in.
Yeah, well, that's when
pictures
I
with-
noticed it.
Yeah.
They didn't point it out. When she was born, I'm like, there's a little thing in her eye. There's a thing in her face. I could see the little thing there. But they could tell she could see.
Debbie says hello from Kanab, Utah.
Oh, you're right by us.
My dad, Royce Bear, is in Kanab, Utah right now.
Right now.
Doing a
Conference.
is it a conference?
I
think it's a nighttime photography
Workshop.
conference. And
Something
he's one of the
cool.
presenters. Yeah.
He's amazing.
Anyway, yeah, we know where Kanab is.
That's where I used to go to girls' camp when I was a girl.
In Kanab?
Yeah.
I did not go to girls' camp there.
Well, you quit girls' camp.
I've actually been to girls' camp a fair number of times because when they do girls' camp, they want a bunch of
Excuse me, so sorry.
guys to show up
Dads.
to just hang out
They want dads to help
in the
keep them
corner
safe.
just in case they need them. Mm-hmm. Shauna says, I used to get them resubscribed because that's weird. Okay. And you can also, if you aren't getting emails from us, you can always email or talk to our customer service or
will
email our
check it
customer service. They can figure out why it's not working.
Why?
Kathy says, I have friends going to Utah in September for a photography workshop. Now I need to ask who's teaching.
Is it Royce Bear?
Yeah,
He's the best.
it might be. I don't know. Bertha says, hi, Chris and Miriam from Florida. Welcome, Bertha.
Hi.
Berta Plazas. I'm going to say it like that.
Hi. Now
Okay.
it's time to go.
It is time to
We
go.
already said after
we need
these
to say
messages.
we need to say goodnight to our
So
kids.
long, farewell.
My feet are saying goodbye. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna
My
take off.
shoes are not as dirty as yours. Look how big that is. It's as big
It's
as
super.
my face.
Well, it's your what are they called?
Weasel stomping shoes.
Weasel stomping boots. Okay, we're gonna go. You'll have a fantastic night. We will see you next Monday because we won't be doing
Yes.
our live stream tomorrow. We did it today instead.
Yes.
So have a good day. I guess you could rewatch this if you really want to.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.